And now, FIFAe becomes even more global. Only the best from each region advance one step closer to the trophy. Welcome to the FIFAe Continental Championships. Kuala Lumpur, Mexico City, Rio de Janeiro, Casablanca, Oeiras, Lisbon. 5 cities, 5 events, one dream worth chasing. The road to the finals.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back right here with us for our road to the final, and that is the what we have right here, the FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC, featuring eFootball console. And of course, you guys are with us right here inside the arena at the center heart of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And of course, we would like to introduce ourselves as your host. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Muaz.
And I am Shasha Madhu. All right, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, Muaz, throughout the whole day one, we spent the entire 5 rounds of building the scoreboard. Tonight, with 3 rounds remaining, we are going to see whether the scoreboard is going to change or not. Because at the moment, Malaysia is leading with 9 points and Japan is trying to catch up with 1 point behind. Quite a very small margin at that, actually.
It is somewhat insane, to know that you're just like 1 point below to the top, yeah? And anything can happen when it comes to the group staging. And we see some incredible plays as well from the other nation, from the other team. For example, we have from Thailand as well.
Yes.
Indonesia, right? Being as the top 10 world rank for the FIFAe Continental Championship. But what do you think, Shasha?
I feel like round 5 onwards is gonna be super tight. It's going to be super nerve-wracking because, like I mentioned earlier, the margins, the differences of the points are very, very small, and one move could really just change the entire scoreboard, change the entire positions of the team. So I feel like everyone should not be comfortable just yet.
Because you guys need to understand, day 2 will be the deciding factor right here. Who's going to jump into the knockout stage, which is something that, personally from me, I don't want to be there. I do not want to be there. It's dangerous.
Correct.
It is.
You know, that's why I don't play the game. I spectate the game. So I am looking forward to spectate more of the absolutely amazing gameplays, probably some plot twist, some surprise, probably a change in the whole power of the game that will be played among these 8 nations. They are here again, Muaz, to defend their flag. They are here to defend their pride, to defend their position, and of course to secure a place in the FIFAe World Cup Finals 2026, which is why they're here for the FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC, featuring the eFootball console. Malaysia will be the first chapter, and we will see 4 more chapters soon playing in the other regions, such as Brazil, Morocco, Mexico, and Portugal. So again, this is the road to finals.
That's right. Okay, before we continue, of course, we would like to just educate and show you guys how our tournament format is working right here for the eFootball console. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look.
The FIFAe Continental Championship 2026, featuring eFootball console, is an inaugural 2v2 event for players to represent their nation on one of the biggest tournaments in football esports. On the road to the FIFAe Finals, nations have chosen their national team via direct invites or domestic trials. Each nation was free to define its own criteria regardless of domestic trial outcomes or rankings. The next stage of the journey is the FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC, featuring eFootball console. This year is bigger than ever. Only the qualified nations will move forward. For the first time, Nations from across East and West Asia compete in offline qualifiers with their national squad to secure their spot in the pinnacle event, the FIFAe World Cup 2026 featuring eFootball console. Only the top 8 nations from the FIFAe Nations League have advanced to the Continental Championship to represent their nation and compete for the title. At the FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC, the 8 teams will be drawn into a single group. All nations will face each other across the next 4 days. Day 1 and Day 2 will each feature 1 matchup per day against each opponent in the group. For every matchup, nations can earn 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 0 points for a loss. After having competed across the 2 days of group stage, the top 6 nations from the group stage will advance to the next round. If nations are tied on points, direct comparison, followed by goal difference and goals scored, will decide who will make it to the knockouts. Day 3 and Day 4 will feature the knockout stage. The 2 best placed team in the group stage will go directly to the semifinals, while teams ranking 3 to 6 will play an extra knockout stage round, and the last 2 teams are eliminated. Every matchup will be played in a home and away aggregate format. If a matchup ends in a draw, a tiebreaker game will determine who advances to the next stage. The knockout stage will consist of quarterfinals, semifinals, a lower bracket, and the final. The winner of the second chance final will be advances to face New Zealand in the FIFAe Intercontinental Playoff. The winner of the playoff will also be qualified to the FIFAe World Cup 2026. To win the trophy, it all comes down to the grand final. The best 2 national teams will compete against each other in the same format to determine who will be crowned the winner of the FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC, featuring eFootball console. Tune in live on all days on FIFA.gg.
All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the tournament format on how our players are going to be fighting against one another right here inside the arena. And as you guys can tell right here inside the arena, the passion is sky high, Shasha.
Really, really high at the moment. With 3 rounds remaining, this is where the pressure really begins, because every point from here could be the difference between going to the World Cup and watching from home. So we're going to leave you guys with the experts, of course, to commentate and to spectate along with us. So we hope that you guys stay tuned, and we're going to pass the mic over to our very handsome and dashing casters over here. We have CJ, and of course the one and only Hafiz Abed.
Let's go. Take it away.
Well, thank you, Shasha, and also Muaz. Yes, we are back here again. This is your big man, Hafiz Abed Decipher, as your commentator and also host for the second session of the day for FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC. Now, it's going to be the final day for the knockout stages for eFootball console. Forgive me for that, because the first session was for the mobile session, but we already done and dusted. But as mentioned, I am not alone. Tonight, I'm together with my distinguished guest and also distinguished commentator himself in the field. It's CJ. CJ, what's up, bro?
It's great to be here. We had a fantastic day 1 of eFootball console action, and well, 4 rounds down, we still have 3 rounds to go to round out that group stage. Sending 2 teams home today, which we don't like to do, Abe, but well, that's the nature of competition. That's why we put them here live in person to see who is the best of the best.
Yes, indeed, because sadly, tonight is the night that 2 teams will be ejected from the tournament, while looking from afar, 6 countries, 6 nations will be advancing into the knockout stages. And the winner for this whole tournament will be advancing to FIFAe World Cup 2026. But before that, I'm sure if you're watching live at FIFA.gg, please write down who do you think will be advancing into the knockout stages and who, sadly, will be left out from the tournament. So let's see. I mean, how would you define the game tonight, CJ?
Oh, it's going to be on for young and old, and it's going to find out who our top 6 are. Obviously, top 2 incredibly important to make your way straight through to that semi-finals. But I mean, we'll look at the standings in a moment. We've got an incredibly close top 6. You know, we've got 1 win separating 3rd to 7th at the moment. So incredibly close. It's just that Syria, you know, sitting in eighth spot, should I say, on 0 points. Kind of the only nation that really struggled after that first day, but it's a new day. That's what it's all about, and they could absolutely come out firing today.
Yep, a total of 9 points up for grab because we only have 3 matches left. That is 3, 3, 3, 6, and 9 points left. So, without further ado, let's show you, for those who are watching at home, the overall road, should I say, tournament overview, where we are currently in day 2 on 20th of August, where it is the group stage for eFootball, which is mobile, and also eFootball console, where in the first session. Tomorrow, it's going to be on the 21st of August. It's going to be the knockout stages for both categories, and also for the 4th day, which is on the 22nd, it's going to be the finals, semi-finals, and also the quarterfinals of the tournament. Let's see the overview of the road to the grand finals, where we can see it all started with FIFAe Challenger Series 2026. In the second phase is FIFAe Nations League 2026, where 32 nation teams are selected. And now we are in phase 3, where it is FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC. And those winners will advance into FIFAe World Cup 2026. But let's see, I mean, for CJ, the 8 teams that is already here, what teams are there? Please tell our viewers.
You can see it right there. We've got Indonesia, Jordan, Japan, Laos and Lebanon, Malaysia, Syria and Thailand. So these have come out of the Nations League. We had Asia West and Asia East side of the Nations League, and we're able to find our best 8 teams, but we can't unfortunately send them all to the FIFAe finals. As you saw, we just have 12 teams there globally at the finals. But this Continental Championship for Asia, well, it's coming down to this. This is the final day of the group stage, as you saw there. We have 2 days of knockouts tomorrow with quarters and semi-finals, and then the final day with the grand final and the Intercontinental Playoff, as we saw New Zealand waiting in the wings to see who they will take on in that playoff as well. So 8 of the best nations we have here, as you can see, from Asia East, Oceania and Asia West.
So let's show the match schedule that will be running concurrently for round number 5. We see Malaysia going up against Lebanon, Japan going up against Jordan, Laos going up against Indonesia, and last but not least, Syria will be going up against Thailand. And what I'm looking at this is the major nations are not fighting each other in this opening round, which means they might have a chance to get 3 points in the first match, don't you think?
And also we're looking at the teams towards the bottom, even as Syria versus Thailand. That's an 8v6 matchup. When we're trying to find 6 teams, you have to be beating the teams right around you in the standings. So this is a huge start to the day here for Syria. If they're able to get the win over Thailand, they can push themselves, or at least get their first points on the board against a team that is also desperate to climb the standings.
Yes, indeed. And also, for as we can see the standings, Malaysia is in first, Japan second, third is Indonesia, Lebanon fourth, followed by Jordan and also Thailand, which is currently on the safe zone, on top of the 2 red lines, which is now being occupied by Laos and also Syria. But again, the difference of points between all of those teams are very, very small, and 1 win, 1 draw could change everything.
Well, you look at the difference between 6th and 7th there with Laos. They're both on 4 points and both with -1 goal difference as well. So they're dead even right here. So after this round, we will see a huge shift in the standings. And although, you know, even a Syria down there on 0 points, they can get a maximum total of 9, which will be enough, I'd say, to get them through to that top 6. But as we said, it's a new day and they can't look too far ahead, just have to play every game as it stands on its face value. And this round 5 is a huge start for some of these nations.
Yep, it's a huge stuff. As mentioned, for some countries that might be facing a very tough challenger, maybe a draw would be enough. Beating may be a bit difficult, but at least if you can steal a point, that is absolutely incredible for me.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not all about the wins. Even if you had 4 draws yesterday from those 4 rounds, that would put you in the top 6 where Thailand sit right here. So just getting 1 point on the board at least, but you just can't afford to take away 0 points from each match.
Yes, indeed. So if you're watching live at FIFA.gg, as mentioned, what match would you like to see? I mean, there's a lot of matches coming up. A total where we see 4 matches going to run concurrently. So in the meantime, we are waiting to bring you the views of the players when they are setting up as we speak. So if the cameras are ready and if you are ready, I know that both of us, we are ready.
We're ready.
Let's take into the camera shot of our players at their stations. So here it is, the home favorites, and currently sitting on top of the table, it's Malaysia, and after 4 games, able to collect 9 points altogether. And beside them is going to be Thailand, who's currently occupying the 6th spot. But again, CJ, even though, as we mentioned, on paper you are the best this rating and that rating, it's all about the player in the box.
Absolutely. We saw the world rankings and spoke about it even with Syria currently sitting, well, they're 9th in the world rankings. In their last hit was 0 points. Now, this isn't the same roster that we did see from the Nations League, which can obviously play a huge factor there as well. But the world rankings, you know, they're a starting point coming in and maybe a guide for us. But as soon as the competition starts, you just have to take the teams as they are playing on the day here in Kuala Lumpur. And right now, it's the host, it's Malaysia, who look fantastic on 9 points. Japan right there in 2nd place on 8. And they're the only nation so far after the first day that didn't lose. They had 2 wins and 2 draws for their 8 points. So yet to be beaten so far. So that's something they can hang their hat on.
Yes, indeed. And also on board is actually Laos, having a starting with 4 games, able to collect 4 points. And I believe that is a solid, decent effort. But again, it's all about tonight. It's all about the 9 points up for grabs. So the first game, FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC Round 5, we will take you to the match between Japan and also Jordan. Write down in the comments who will advance, who will take the first 3 points. Will there be a win? Who would it be? Or is it going to be even Steven, CJ?
I mean, looking at the world rankings, this is a juicy matchup here, Arbe. We've got 13th Japan versus 14th Jordan in the world, so right next to each other coming into this event. Japan, as we said, is currently sitting 2nd in the standings. Jordan sitting 5th. 3 points separate them, so if Jordan get the win here, that'll put them right next to Japan in the standings. And we even saw in the eFootball mobile how some teams came into the day, like a Thailand, thinking they might be pushing for a top 2 spot, and they're barely scraping into that top 6. So it's important not to get too ahead of yourselves. And this first round, as we said, so crucial. Get a few points on the board, at least 1 point, at least try and take a draw out of that first game. But here we go. It's time to get into the action.
Yes, indeed. So wearing the blue kit, which is the blue samurai, where Japan will be attacking from left to right, and while Team Jordan in their full white kit will attack from right to left. And again, this is the 2v2 version where communication is key, where your chemistry plays an important role, and where every press of a player select must be choreographed perfectly, because if you press it all together, the cursor won't move.
Yeah, we saw some misinputs with the pressure on these players yesterday as well. Some great chances that just went awry due to the nerves, due to that pressure. Early free kick coming through here for Japan. See what they can make of this. As you mentioned, the 2v2 format, we saw the other version with the mobile being just the 1v1 mode. Now it's 2v2 as well, so I love the team aspect we've got here. The eFootball of the Continental Championships. It's an early header there from Hullett as well. As we said, he's probably the most drafted key player that we saw from the Nations, and it's for good reason. He's a fantastic number 9 and one of the best strikers in the game.
Oh, but before that, a chance for Jordan. Cuts back pass. Oh, it just did not connect well to his teammate. That could have been a very, very decisive moment, because if Japan did not clear that ball, it would be the 3rd guy in white who would have an easy tap in. A little bit of a lapse of concentration, I believe.
Yeah, it was just the first chance there for Jordan, and Japan's defense went missing, so could have been incredibly disastrous start for Japan, who you take as the favourites coming in second. There's a huge interception for Jordan, and they finally cross into the box. It's nice patience. Little stutter step, fake shot as well, and there's the low-driven cross through. Save this time, Schmeichel, but this is a nice start. Jordan coming out of the gate swinging second day of the group stage.
Yes, indeed. And for some, maybe they want to go on the offensive from the get-go, but there are other teams who try to hold the line first, try to read the opponent's strategy. But again, if you wait too long, it might be detrimental, as Jordan Pull back over the top. A chance, possibly. That was a little bit of a blunder, I would say. That could have been an own goal, and it would be a bad day in the office for Team Japan.
Impressed with this start from Jordan. After that first few minutes from Japan, it has been all Jordan in this attacking half. They're just winning those aerial battles as well. Oh, just a little bit of a poor pass there. Try to find the striker, but all Japan can do right now is clear it. But Hullet's won the header, and they're away here, Japan. Oh, the slide tackle, the fake out as well. Early pass, but Jordan able to intercept. And a bit of a hot start for both sides.
Yeah, I would say it's a very, very interesting start because both of these teams are free-flowing movement and also attacking left and right. And which we can see currently, Jordan comes again, did not stop ball, but I think conceding not a corner kick, but a goal kick to start or to restart the game, as both players are very, very dead serious.
Little time, a little moment of respite to breathe here for both nations, as you can assume and only imagine that the nerves will be at its highest here, final day of groups. And for a team like Jordan, who kind of is on that cusp of elimination, currently sitting 5th, but only 1 point would put them outside of that top 6 safety net. You don't want to be one of the 2 teams going home out of the 8 nations we have here. Jordan on ball, intercepted. Japan, just would like to see them keep a little bit more possession than we have seen thus far. Jordan certainly have had the majority of it to start this game.
Yes, indeed. And we would like to see maybe some, how do I say, not forcing the motion. Try to hold on to the ball. There's an AI run forward and your teammate in good position before you can start with a pass. And it was a very promising cross delivery into the penalty area, but it was well cleared away. But hold on, here comes Jordan again. As you can see, 2 white shirts and a finesse shot, only to go wide. And the coach said, how did not spin? Maybe not enough finesse in that kick.
Yeah, I think the coach is happy with that start. You could see that ball roll to get it onto his preferred foot, go for the finesse top right, as you said, Arbe, but just couldn't find their target. You think if they get more chances like that, they'll eventually find the back of the net. Just to tell you how close this is, 13th playing 14th in the world, and both teams finished 2nd in the consistency rankings out of their respective nations leagues as well in the Asia West and Asia East division. So these 2 teams are really destined to match up and be quite a level-headed contest. But there's a chance perhaps for Japan. Jordan just closed the door defensively, and look at them spread.
Yep, spread very, very evenly. But however, again, the battle for that midfield is so crucial for you to start an attack, because you need to remember the midfield is the transition from defending to attack. If your midfield is a little bit shaky, the transition will not happen as smooth as you wanted. Now, Ruud Gullit stopped the ball first, and it's going to be a sliding tackle, which means that Team Japan is going to get the corner, hopefully, to initiate an attack and maybe have an attack on target.
Yeah, it was smart from Japan there to get that corner. Just probably the only option Gullit had, as his passing avenue was closed down by this Jordan defense. Here goes the corner. They're going to just have a little outswinger with that right foot. Decide to go to that far post with the shot on. Gullit was there as well for a deflection, perhaps for a follow-up, but it does go out for a goal kick, and Jordan will take that every day of the week.
Yes, indeed. So we are entering the 40th minute with 5 minutes left on the clock. It's even Steven, but however, in the attacking department, it's almost balanced to the letter. As we can see, Jordan attacking now in numbers. Stop ball beautifully with 1 player running into the half space. But this time around, it's going to be Gullit. However, the assistant referee finds it otherwise.
It was close. It was close there. Gullit trying to get in behind that last line. Just went a little early and called offside. Have seen the possession there, the passing percentage. Jordan just a little bit more clinical than Japan so far. See who can break the deadlock. We have seen even yesterday a lot of goals towards the edge of half-time. Could it be right here for Japan? The shot on, incredible save.
Woo! That was a big man save right there. If it wasn't for the goalkeeper, that could have been the opening moment just before halftime. But here comes Japan with the renewed energy from this corner. Possibly, maybe, a chance, looking for a flick on, and it's in the center, going to be cleared away, possibly, no, it's still in the aerial battle, only 2 minutes left on the clock. Japan has the initiative, have people in the edge of the penalty area, try to wrestle through, and I believe that is not going to work because the referee will blow the whistle very, very shortly, and he does with even Steven 0-0.
Got a little scary late there for Jordan. And after having that early dominance, Japan, you can see how explosive they are, though, when they do find their passes downfield and really link up through Hullet. Vieira impactful as well. As we hop over to Syria versus Thailand, you can see what a start here for Thailand. Syria, mentioned the only team with 0 points, and it's going bad for worse here. Day 1 to day 2, they are 2-0 down at the half.
Yes, indeed. So is there any other games? No, this is the camera view, the player view. For Team Thailand having that advantage. Now this is Malaysia going up against Lebanon, where Malaysia is in yellow, passing it to the left. So Malaysia try to judge over the top, looking for that lofted pass, and it's not going to be. As is we gonna restart with a goal kick, because from what I see, not many players, or should I say teams, but before that, hold on, and offside, says the referee, and the ball does go up for a goal kick. What I was gonna say is actually long shots. Not many teams willing to take the risk for a long shot.
Yeah, the header has certainly been the preferred approach if you can get that short cross in, and with the likes of Hullet downfield, which most nations have drafted as a key player, as one of their 3 key players, why not go for it? But in the featured match right here, we haven't found a first goal yet. 0-0 after half-time, and Japan want to have just swung the momentum going into that half. We'll see if Jordan can wrestle it back, because they did start this game quite well, I thought.
Yeah. Agree. And almost balanced in the sense of attack, but slightly with that chance on target. Again, Japan, the samurai blue, wearing the white and blue kit, same as the jersey right now. A throw-in, maybe a change of routine this time around, throwing it short and try to find opening. We see 1, 2, 3, or should I say 4 blue shirts in the advanced position, waiting for a short pass. Now, nice roulette, send it central. Easy cleared away by Jordan with that long shot.
I like what Japan did off that throw-in. They just took Hullet and dragged him back into that penalty box, drew their centre-backs away as well, created a lot of space down that attacking right-hand side, and it nearly worked out for them to get it into the box. They've won possession again, as we do see little tactical changes coming through as well. Jordan, it does feel like this game is slipping a touch. I know they haven't conceded, still 0-0, but over here, Syria do get a goal back coming into that second half. They went into the main break 2-0 down, but right here you can see that just an interception in a deadly position. It's going to be a long shot outside the box. Oh, it's great patience. It's a 1-2, and it's a quality finish as well.
Yes, that was up close and personal, and that is the type of finishing with close quarter dribble, and the keeper could not stop it. So it's going to be 2-1. Syria does get advantage, but where we are now, back to Japan versus Jordan, and still trying to find that routine with this throw-in, looking to find option. As we can see, the AI's movement is trying to find space. Hullet with a header, tried to lay it down to his partner, did not go well. However, would this work? No. It was an instant clearance, no nonsense.
Just a bit worried that Jordan's kind of gone into conservation mode here. They're certainly just looking to clear the ball and clear the attacking line, but they might get a chance down the other end. There's the cross in, well defended. They get a corner. This could be big.
This could be big, as we see that there are goals that was created, the chances created from a corner routine, even though it is 50-50, but if it is done well, it could be a spectacular moment. So we see, this is Thailand with Syria. Okay, we actually skipped to this part. Let's see how many players are in the box, taking it short and try to flick it in. However, still with Thailand pushing the players away to get that throw in.
Syria have to score here and equalise at least. As we said, they still haven't got a point on the board after those first 4 rounds of day 1. They're playing the team that's sitting in 6th. That's the spot they want to be targeting at the end of today, at the end of these next 3 rounds. But I know they are still a goal down. They did find one crucial goal back. Over here, still at 0-0. Jordan with a chance, with a corner. Is it going to be the outside? We haven't seen the short corner from either nation so far, and it once again is going to be whipped in front post, but the keeper gets there. Maybe the Schmeichel just able to.
Yep, that is the risk of taking that corner near that 6-yard box, because the keeper can just rush up, punch it, or pick it up with full authority. But there are some who are willing to take that risk, hoping that the keeper fumbles and attack the secondary ball. 60 minutes has gone, 62 minutes has gone. As we can see, Jordan attacking this time around from the left flank. Does have a very heavy touch, first touch, but still under control. We see 3 white shirts running, and that is a huge pressure. Man to man, trying to pull defenders away, changing side to the other flank. However, that was a little bit lazy, I would say, in trying to pass the ball forward. Luckily, Jordan does have a chance, only to be kept
I like it.
Authority by the keeper.
You asked for more long shots, are they? We're seeing them here from Jordan. I like that attack. It was patient as well, the switch across just to try and find a little bit of space as Japan were closing down the man on ball. Japan now looking to work the ball around themselves. Jordan defending. There's a costly interception. Japan with a strike! So close there. Wouldn't mind seeing a replay. We're going to get one. You can see that interception to the right side, around 2, and it's hit the side netting.
Oh, and the shot was also from a Japanese player, Ito Jr., if I'm not mistaken. And looking at possession-wise, it's actually the Jordanian who has the advantage compared for Team Japan. However, it's all about taking that shot on target. Yes, you may have a lot of effort, but if you do not trouble the keeper, it will not count, because you want to make sure that you work the opponent's keeper, making them for a mistake, forcing a mistake. But however, this time around, Japan is attacking. They are all alone, only 4 blue shirts waiting for the AI to come in, and it's a foul, says the match official.
I'll take that. Japan looking to get that first goal, and it was mighty close. You can see the free kick coming in, and you just see the strategies here. This is the beauty of 2v2. You can get that player controlling off ball, trying to drag out that defense, and they're going to whip one in long. Get a header back across. He's intercepted. They've won the ball back though, Japan. Jordan just fighting tooth and nail to win the ball. 15 minutes left of regulation time. It's Jordan trying to keep the ball nice and close. They're going to launch it down the line. You can see they're going for more of an attacking formation. They've got the 3 up top now. Trying to get a win here. Be crucial for them against the second-placed Japan. Jordan sitting in 5th. They need to move up the standings. We know how tight it is in that 5, 6, and 7 spot. We've got 10 minutes left to try and break the deadlock.
Yes, indeed. Turning around on the right foot. Ball roll. Nice pass. Well read by the centre-back defender. With only 9 minutes left on the clock, this is crucial. 1 goal is needed. A chance for Japan. Good save by the goalkeeper. That was a crucial save, but however, the danger is still there. We are not out of the woods yet. Japan with a nice short pass. Tried to fake the shot first, and it was a panicky moment in the defensive line for Team Jordan. However, can they make this count? Nice first touch, and now slowly but surely going in! What a thunderous shot! It all started with a counter-attack. It all started with one belief, that they can make it work from that long shot. I was hoping, I was waiting, I was praying for a long shot, and my dreams do come true.
Finally, it was Japan who looked the most likely, but Jordan on the counter-attack. Beautiful passes connecting downfield and outside the box. Jordan to the death as well. We were closing in on the end of regulation time, and have a look at the finish.
Was that a deflection? It looks like it hit the defender. If it is a deflection, that is a bad day in the office.
Could be slightly fortunate.
And that defender is going to have a big talk by the manager.
Well, luckily enough for Japan, it is not over yet. Still time in this match. As we head across and look at some other matches, we've got Indonesia 3-1 up over Laos. That's a great start for them. Just one back here for Laos late in the game. It's Hulla to tip. It's a beautiful cross and saved by the keeper. That could have really made things interesting if they got their second there. A perfect play. Couldn't ask for much more here, Abe, but just the keeper too good.
Yes, indeed.
Two is right.
Wow, and the header was from Cristiano Ronaldo. And look at Buffon. He's like, thank God I was able to parry that ball out. So it's going to be a corner. And it's going to be Indonesia, I believe. It's Laos. Indonesia is in white kit. So can it make it stick with only 2 minutes left on the clock? So we are jumping back with 3 minutes left on the clock. This is Jordan going up against Japan. Jordan with a very, very interesting story to tell with that long shot of ages. 1 minute left on the clock. It's now or never. Full offensive for Team Japan. Try to equalize. Need to find the idea with 4 minutes left on the clock. Japan is being sandwiched, but still they are fighting forward. Need to send the ball forward. But now it's going to be Jordan. They do not have reason to actually attack attack as soon as possible. They could just wait the time. They could just waste the time. Is this it for Japan? All offensive, all gun-ho, and a chance. No, there's no chance. The ball will cross the outside line. And is that still time to play?
Is that it? That's the question. Has the referee blown his whistle? Has he called full time? Doesn't look like for the face cams, and there might be one last crack, but they need to get it in. It's intercepted by Jordan. Have they pinched this game at the death? There it is. Final whistle, and Jordan upset Japan. A crucial 3 points for them.
Wow, what a story, what an upset. Not the starting game for the Samurai Blue, but Jordan make it count when it matters. And that was a stunning, stunning finishing from outside of the... Oh, they're playing side by side, some more. That is so close.
Only the big screen separating these two nations, and a huge win for Jordan coming out of that Asia West Nations League. They were second there, and they've got a huge win. That puts them on 8 points, and that puts them ahead of Jordan through that head-to-head. And wow, they're both now sitting that third, fourth on 8 points apiece, and it has really tightened things up now, as you've got 10 points currently. Lebanon in first, overtaking Malaysia, but what a start. Yeah, what a start.
Let's see if there is any more games that is going on live. We would like to see what are the results for other games, and I'm sure that every teams are fighting tooth to nails. As we can see, a little bit of a dejection face, but this is going to be the highlight where we see earlier on both teams were attacking beautifully. This was a finesse shot which was not accurate enough, but we see a comeback. I think this was saved by the goalkeeper. This is beautiful by the goalkeeper, and it was controlled by the player.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Just recognised that near post was under threat, and Buffon down to his left, and there's a great strike. We started to see the long shots. We started to see that both nations just testing the limits of the keeper, of the defence, and that shot hitting the side netting was, well, when we thought perhaps Japan were just going to surge away and finally find an opening, but it was Buffon, the hero for Jordan. And then we saw this beautiful counter-attack. Have a look at the link-up play coming through as well. The passes downfield, the connection, using that central attacking midfielder. Then they found space on that right side. What a finish. Jordan, I mean, you can't be any happier with that start to day 2 of the groups.
Wow, a big upset, I would say. So for sure, with a win, and I think that it might be, we are waiting for some other results, but we already saw one, where we see Jordan was able to take 3 points from Japan. And that is going to be a massive, massive change in the positioning for the standing for FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC for eFootball console category.
I can tell you just how crazy that round was. We came into this round to day 2 with Malaysia on top, Abe. After one round, they're down to third. They have lost 2 spots after the first round, losing 2-0 to Lebanon. And Indonesia with a first round win as well puts them above Malaysia as well. I'm sure we'll be able to show you the standings in a moment, but that has really shaken things up. Laos still sitting outside Thailand. It's going to be tight for that 6th spot, and Japan coming in 3rd. They've slid down to 5th.
Wow. And all of this information, you can retrieve it at FIFA.gg, where we have live score, live stream matches, and also the current updated standing at FIFA.gg. And I would say, I'm waiting to see the full result and to see what commotion had happened.
A lot.
And how did the chaos turn into something spectacular. If the results are ready, let's show them to our viewers. Which is not ready yet.
Not quite ready yet. Not quite yet, but while we still update those scores, it is seriously close for those teams at the top. And not only are we focusing on the top 6 and obviously sending 2 teams home, it is just so crucial to even get that top 2 spot, push yourself further along in the knockout stage, straight into that semi-final, and then one step closer to the FIFAe finals as well, which would be absolutely huge. But an incredible start here for round 5. We've only got 2 rounds left of the group stage. It is getting to the pointy end already.
6 points only left on the table.
6 points left.
I mean, we were talking about, hey, we got 9 points, everybody can get 9, but suddenly out of, like, what, 10 minutes, we already have done and dusted the first game?
Yep. Yeah, we're pretty quick through that round 5, and as we said, we've only got 2 rounds left in this round robin, and it just shows the pressure on these nations and how quickly things can change. As you come into today, a team like Malaysia coming into today is, you know, #1 on the standings after 1 round there. They're in 3rd, but they've got Japan and Jordan nipping at their heels as well. They're on 9 points, Japan. They've got 9 points, Malaysia. Jordan and Japan are sitting on 8. So after this next round, Malaysia could slide. If they don't win this, even a draw, they could still slide down to 5th after starting in the top spot for day 2.
Agreed. And everybody, I mean, they want to be the top 2 because they want that extra break so they can actually watch and observe their opponent closely, because for this format tournament, the top 2 will advance into the semi-final. The final 4 will battle it out in the quarter-final. Whoever loses that quarter-final will be out of the tournament, advancing into the semi-final. After those 2 semi-finals, the 2 go to the grand final, will be a confirmed 2 teams will be advancing to FIFAe World Cup. But then they have to drop down and play other matches, and that's gonna be very, very tiring.
Yeah, we've got the second chance draw for those 2 losers of the semi-finals, and then the intercontinental playoff against New Zealand as well. So it's chaos for the console version. I think the mobile, if you're in that second chance playoff and you win, you're automatically through. There isn't that playoff, but for console, we do have New Zealand waiting in the wings as well. So that's going to be incredible in a couple of days' time, but we still need to get there, are they? We still need to find out which 2 teams will be sending home, which 6 nations will make their way through to that knockout stage. And just what we saw from that first round of action here in day 2, it can swing very, very quickly.
Yep, it's already swinging very, very quickly, because these informations that we are telling you is directly from FIFA.gg, where currently, because of the matches that is already ended, because we still have another match is currently running, we see Indonesia is on top with 10 points, sharing points with Lebanon, and the only difference is the goal difference between these 2 teams. Wow.
And it's an incredible result as well, with the match still to be updated, that Thailand-Syria game, which is currently 3-1 to Thailand. Syria, we saw them 2-0 down at the halftime. Then we tuned back in and Syria got that first goal back. We thought maybe they can pick up their first points. They conceded a 3rd goal as well, which is going to make things incredibly difficult for them. So as we mentioned, Syria, although they were 9th coming in on the world rankings, not the same roster that we saw from that Nations League. So a little bit of a difficult challenge for them coming in, and perhaps less experience, less reps, less chemistry for that duo. But still, you'd expect more from them, considering how well they performed in the Nations League.
Yes, indeed. And going back to the game that was on our main feed, I mean, where did it went wrong for Thailand? I mean, the early first 45 minutes, they were trading blows like nothing. But suddenly, after that halftime, we see the gap and they're kind of like slipping away, like
Yeah.
losing focus. I mean, that's kind of weird for me.
Yeah, I think we do. Well, on the feature match with Jordan there, it was just that counter-attack goal that after Japan having all of the momentum and felt like they had the game in their hands, we saw great chances. We saw them hit the side netting and thought, well, it's just a matter of time before we see Japan get that goal. But Jordan, with that huge win, it just put them above them in the standings as well. They came in 3 points behind, 1 round in, 3 huge points for them. A 1-0 win that, yeah, it either looked like a Japan victory or perhaps a draw, a 0-0 draw that match. But no, Jordan, it just took made the most of their chances. You were calling for long shots, Abe. We finally saw the long shot. It was beautiful, finding its way in the back of the net.
Exactly. I mean, this is just my humble opinion again. Some people say, oh, you're the commentator, you're sitting there, you're just talking. No, this is just my humble opinion. If you cannot bring the ball into that D box, I would suggest try a long shot.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean, be like Clarence Seedorf, maybe like Frank Lampard, Steven
G.
Gerrard. Yeah,
Have a crack.
have a go at it,
Yep.
because instead of you losing the ball, dribbling into that D box
Or crossing to no one.
crossing to no one, why not? I mean, it's not a suggestion, it's just an opinion.
Yeah. Hey, we're not the professionals.
Yeah.
You know, we can only say it's obviously hard with the pressure on as well. And also, you've got probably a teammate screaming for a pass for one extra, but sometimes it does look like one pass too many, and it is overcomplicated a touch for these nations. But that's the pressure that we do have at the Continental Championships. They know what's at stake. That a spot at the FIFAe Finals is at stake as well, and you do see those mistakes come through. But that's the beauty of the professional sport as well.
Yes.
Seeing the pressure on these teams, seeing that the mistakes come through, and who's going to really handle it the best and rise to the top.
Yep, and exactly, and the players are not robots.
Exactly.
It's human being. Like some people say, again, this is my humble opinion, some people quoting stats.
Yeah.
Oh, this player is good because of this stats, that stats, and this stats. But sometimes players have a bad day in the office.
Exactly.
Yeah, so sometimes, I mean, for these players, they are professional players. These are not some Tom, Dick, and Harry who's here in KL and just stepping in to play. No, these are professional players who came up from Challenger Series, FIFA Nations, and then now they are here. And sometimes it's just a bad day in the office. Thinks they are human.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we do have the highlights from the first round that we did see for day 2. So just taking a look at what we witnessed there. Japan, Jordan, as you said, the featured match. And it just, early days, very early in the match, we saw Jordan with chances, and then it looked like Japan just started to get on an absolute roll. This looked like a surefire goal. You could see Jordan just controlling Buffon, the keeper. He goes low to his left, makes a huge save. And then more chances coming through. Another long shot. Jordan just testing whether that was going to be a viable option for them, and we do see later on it certainly was, but still there were more chances for Japan. That one incredible. You could see the Jordan players just calming things down, but they were panicking a touch because more goals were on the table for Japan. But it was this last counter-attack. And one last look at it. Just started from the defensive half. They linked up, they found their number 9, and they kept whipping around, playing those close triangles, and just look at the Japanese defense. It fell apart as Jordan struck to the right-hand side.
Yep, it was a beautiful, it was powerful, it was venomous. And again, maybe from this angle, we can see that the swerve was not that much. Maybe, possibly that player does not have a strong curve attribute. This should have been a goal, but look, the cursor was controlled by the player. That was good call.
He just saw Buffon sliding to the right, so he took control and pushed him out to the left to that near post, which was incredible, and it will save them and ended up winning them the game as well.
Yeah, true. And if it wasn't for all of the save, all of the misses, I would say that both teams had goals.
Yeah, they both look good in their own right here, both nations, but just taking the most of your chances. Both teams had great chances, but I mean, this was, once again, it's just a pleasure to watch two players link up like this, perfectly in sync, and you can see they just dragged that defense to that other side. They saw the opening, saw the space, and made the most of it.
And made the most of it, and with a long shot also. So as you can see, this is all of the highlights for the featured match between Japan and also Jordan, where Jordan clearly took the advantage, but this was a smart control. I think that yellow player deserves a very good shout because his control of Buffon was inch perfect.
Absolutely. As we said, just had to get Buffon to that outside, covering that near post as he did start to slide across. But yeah, Japan coming in. They were second. They've fallen all the way, or third should I say, they've fallen all the way down to fifth after just one round. And you've got the likes of Thailand, Laos just outside the top six as well. Level on points with Thailand, who are currently safe. And Japan in fifth. There's a little bit of a gap forming between fifth and sixth. You can see there with the standings. We can take a look in a moment. But Japan on 8 points. Thailand, though, should be able to pick up that win, actually, that's not been confirmed yet against Syria. So once they do, they'll get 3 points, which does make it kind of a tough proposition from there, Arbe, for the likes of Laos and Syria. Syria on 0 points, and you're looking at 7 points to hop into that top six. So even if they win the next two, it might be all over for them after just one round.
Yep, I agree, because maximum is 6 points. And without that additional 1 point, it's going to be very, very...
I don't know where they're going to find that extra point from, but I don't think they can grab it with the last 2 rounds unless we just award a bonus point if they can score 10 goals in a game or something. We can just make the rules up as we go, but it's going to be very tough. But the likes of Laos, though, they still have a chance. They're on 4 points, but they need 2 massive final rounds here of the group stage for the eFootball console.
Yes, indeed. And as many people would ask, where do we get all of our updates, our scores and information? It is all right there at FIFA.gg. Go check it out. The live stream is there, and also the most updated score and standings are all updated there. Because even us at the commentary table, every information is taken from FIFA.gg. And people are asking, where's the other game? We are still waiting for that game to be able to be shown to all of you, and hopefully we can get it as soon as possible. But the current scoreline for Syria and Thailand is still 3-1.
It's going to be very tough there for Syria. That was well into the second half as well. So we'll just wait for that match either to be shown or we can confirm the result, as so we can then head into our penultimate round here of the console edition. But it's going to be, if that score is confirmed, Syria will be all but eliminated. And then at that point, what are you doing if you're Syria? Because you can't make it through. You're one of the 2 teams eliminated, but you can still play upset. You can still do your nation proud as well in those final 2 rounds.
Exactly, because looking at the schedule, this is, again, from FIFA.gg. The next game is going to be Syria up against Indonesia. Now, just imagine...
1v8. If their one win is against the current #1 in the standings, that would be...
Imagine that suddenly, out of nowhere, able to disturb the momentum of Indonesia's run. I think Syria did a good job. Well done.
Well, yeah, and that could really shake things up, because Indonesia, coming into that round 6, probably setting themselves for 3 points, thinking that's one that they can bank. But, well, sometimes these head-to-head matches can be quite funny, and we'll see if Syria can pick up points there. But as we say, heading into that penultimate round, it will be interesting to watch. I believe we are going to check out Thailand-Syria in just a moment as well.
Yes, indeed.
A quick look at that one, Arbe.
We are waiting for the go-ahead, because usually sometimes there are things that might happen which is beyond our control.
Yeah.
And I would like to say thank you to every party that is involved in this tournament, making sure that making it the best tournament ever right here for FIFAe in Kuala Lumpur for the first pit stop. I like that term. For the first pit stop for FIFAe Continental Championship.
We're a traveling circus here, the Continental Championships. 5 Continental Championships we have all around the world, which is incredible to see. Just esports going global, and even seeing these kind of regional or these continental events is exciting to watch. We see a lot of the international world events. We have to wait for the FIFAe finals first, but I love seeing different nations being able to compete live in person rather than just online. So it's full credit to the FIFAe team for setting up, and the AFC as well for partnering with the Asia qualifier.
Correct. And especially, for example, you yourself, this is your first time here. You get to witness the culture, the weather, the food.
The weather is it's warm. It's quite warm here, and it's quite humid as well. It feels like we're sitting in a
sauna.
In a sauna, yeah. It's quite humid indeed. But we're enjoying our time here. We're having a blast, and we still have plenty more. I mean, we're only 2 days into the actual event. As you said, we've got 2 days of knockouts after this, which is going to be incredibly exciting to watch. So we're building very well. as I believe we're heading into the match.
Yes, indeed. So let's go into the match where we see Thailand is wearing the blue kit, attacking from left to right, while Syria in the green kit. And is this a chance? Maybe a shot, took a deflection, and it was well pushed away, parry by the goalkeeper. But we are still in the most dangerous position. That is a good bicycle kick to clear the ball, but only to find the goalkeeper.
Syria have come out of the gate swinging here against Thailand, almost finding their second goal. They need to find two as well. Still a chance, but 2 goals down, 10 minutes left. Have to score in the next attack midfield to have one last crack at perhaps picking up 1 point, sharing the points with Thailand. They lose this, it's even going to make things difficult for Laos in 7th spot as well. Here's a chance for Thailand on ball. We have space instead. Just taking time. It's smart. They know they've got the 2-goal lead. Don't have to go too crazy. Don't want to be vulnerable on the counter-attack. They've done well just to keep it, but giving up possession slightly here. Syria, what can they make of this? Have to go right here, right now. Look for the through ball. Intercepted well by Thailand.
Yep, well read in the situation, but Thailand is feeling very comfortable just letting Team Syria have the ball because they have the advantage. Possibly, maybe a little bit of a push and a tussle, clearing the ball into oblivion. Just give them the ball because Thailand know that they have the advantage. 2 goals in 2 minutes. That is a tall order. As we can see, Syria still fighting. Would like to find one more goal. Another goal not going down easy. No extra time given by the match official. Syria cross it in, looking for the far post. And there is a fumble, but however, it could be done and dusted. Even the teammate actually showed a crying emote. That was his ball taken away.
Yeah, I think they might have called an offside there, but with 0 minutes added, I mean, that's stiff from the match official, as you said. Surely give him a chance, but full time is called. It's a 3-1 win in round 5 for Thailand. Puts them 3 points further ahead, puts them up to 7 points now, which does give them an all-important gap on the teams sitting outside, or at least the one nation sitting outside that top 6 bubble in Laos, who are on 4 points. And a massive start. 3 goals as well. That's good for the goal difference. Picking up a +2 in that match, but that will conclude our round 5.
And I'm not sure if I saw it correctly, but 2 goals that Thailand had was registered as own goals.
Oh, we can get the highlights of those. I wouldn't mind having a look at 2 own goals in a match. Are you kidding me?
So Syrian got a goal in the 6th minute. This is before the streamer went down. Syria got a goal in 6 minutes. But on the Thailand side, 2 goals was registered as own goals. If that was true, that is a nightmare in the office.
What on earth has happened offensively for Syria? And
probably because they restarted the game. There was some technical issues. Now it kind of makes sense.
Of course, they had to quickly restart things. But here's the results from round 5. We have 2 rounds remaining after this. You can see there that Lebanon with a 2-0 win over our ladder leaders. Our standings leaders coming into today. Malaysia, huge win. Jordan 1-0 in the feature match. We saw that. We watched the highlights. Indonesia 3-1 over Laos, sitting outside the top 6. A big win for Indonesia, putting them now into 1st spot. And Thailand, that 3-1 win over Syria. It might be, well, it does mean the end of Syria's chances here at that top 6, Arbe. But what a round 5.
Yes, what a round 5. So, having said the above, we can confidently reread, because now this is the match result that was taken from FIFA.gg. Here are the updated match standing after round 5. Indonesia in 1st place with 10 points. Lebanon also with 10 points. As we can see, the next is 3rd, which is Malaysia with 9. 4th is Jordan with 8. Japan in 5th with 8. 6th is Thailand with 7. And Laos in 7th with 4 points. And Syria in 8th position without getting 1 point.
Yeah, Syria 0, 0, and 5 is not what you want to see for them, but it just shows how competitive the competition is. Yeah, I mean, the other 7 teams you've got are incredible. We're seeing the gaps sort of start to form, but still, it's a tight tussle at the top. You've got 10 points for both Indonesia and Lebanon. Then Malaysia sitting there on 9 points. Jordan, I mean, 10 points to 7, separating 1 to 6. We've got basically a win separating the top of the group and those right on the edge of that top 6 bubble.
Yep, indeed. So right now, I believe that we are getting ready for the next matchup that will be up very, very shortly. And if you're watching live, wherever you are, the commentary table, my name is Hafiz Abedi Cypher and also CJ, would like to welcome all of you to FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC, bringing to you live action right here in Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur.
We love it, Kuala Lumpur as well. The first Continental Championship to pleasure to have the first one here as the Asia Continental Championship as well here in Malaysia. And what a way to kick things off for the 5 Continental Championships we do have. But I believe we do have the schedule in a moment before our penultimate round.
Let's go. So the schedule for match number 6. So it's going to be Lebanon going up against Thailand, Indonesia going up against Syria, Jordan going up against Laos, and that last one, Malaysia going up against Japan. And that is going to be another heated battle.
Malaysia, Japan, that puts bums on seats, matches like that. But Indonesia, a chance. Lebanon, a chance as well to get an all-important 3 points. You nearly expect them to both be winning their respective matches and really push themselves right into that 1-2 spot. Top 2 so important, so they want to stay there, are they?
Yep, agree, and agree. Because right now, as you mentioned, it's all about points. So let's see, where would we be? How is our players? As we can see, Lebanon feeling that confidence after the win. As we can see, the expected powerhouse, which is Indonesia, having it cool, calm, and steady. But how about the Malaysian team? Are they ready to face up a very, very tough match, which is Japan, where a draw might be warranted, but a win is expected from someone?
You're looking at Indonesia and Lebanon, just focusing on those guys in the top 2 as we kind of pan through the players here. Indonesia came into this event 3rd in the world rankings. Lebanon, who are sitting equal on points in 2nd at the moment, 37th in the world, Lebanon, and they are currently taking it right up to the other teams here in the Asia Continental Championships. And boy, oh boy, it is... I mean, if they can just keep on winning here, they've got another winnable matchup, another winnable round here in round 6. Lebanon taking on Thailand, who are in 6th.
A last-minute goal will be welcome. And maybe this time around, long shots. Everybody, long shots.
Maybe they got the memo from what we saw from Jordan. If they watched the highlights there, perhaps they got the memo that the long shots could be in. As we mentioned yesterday, with a new update, players still figuring out the meta, how exactly it all works. Perhaps they just tweaked up the long shots a touch. They just tweaked up the slider, perhaps gave them a little bit more of a probability of finding the back of the net. Jordan did on that occasion, but as we gear up for round 6, this is huge. This is you look at obviously the final round being so important, but this is where you can really either give yourself breathing room or give yourself a chance going into round 7, the final round of the group stage here. And those top 6 teams looking ahead towards knockout seeding, all important. Top 2 so important as well. So when you're looking at pretty much every nation still in the running in that top 6 to even get a top 2, Thailand are only a win out of the top 2 as well on 7 points, and they're in 6 at the moment. So just showing you how close it is right here, are they?
How tight the match is, because one costly mistake, one missed pass, one missed clearance could be the end of a team getting points. Either from 3 go to 1, or instead of draw, you might lose the game entirely.
Yeah, it's cutthroat, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I like that term, cutthroat.
It is cutthroat coming in. Indonesia, Lebanon in that top spot. We're looking at Jordan here. Very happy with proceedings. They just played Japan, who was sitting right beside them. That's the beauty of the live studio as well, the live stage.
Oh, Jordan's in 4th position with 8 points after that win.
Exactly, they were on 5 points. Japan were on 8 coming into that game. They pick up 3 points. They jump ahead of them as well. Just shows you that not even the favourites, some of the top teams, are safe in this competition.
Indeed. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for the next game the second game of the session, where it's going to be Lebanon going up against Thailand for FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC, featuring eFootball console. If the teams are ready, we at the commentary table are ready. Let's go straight into the game.
We're always ready to go. Geared up in Lebanon, Thailand. An important match for both teams, where Lebanon, obviously as we mentioned, 37th ranked in the world coming in. Now sitting pretty much equal first, just second on goal difference against Indonesia. Thailand, a huge first win of the day in round 5 coming out. We saw against Syria 3-1. If they can get another win, that could put a nation like Japan perhaps on the cusp of top 6.
Imagine if suddenly playing the game between these two teams, it is so evenly matched, only to be decided on the final minutes of final goal. I'll be shouting my lungs out.
We want the 90th minute goals. We want the stoppage time, the injury time goals as well. As you can see, Lebanon players just are all looking around saying, what's going on? Referee, come help me, someone.
Yep, it seems like the match official is being called into the picture. Let's just hope that everything is cool and fine and dandy. As we can see, Jordan,
right away.
They've already started right away, and almost a goal out of the blue moon. So Jordan will be attacking using the full white kit, while Laos will be attacking from right to left in that red kit. And out of the nowhere, we already see a chance almost on target.
Jordan just with so much confidence coming in off that win against Japan. They probably feel like they can take it against anyone. They can beat anyone now, as Laos are a team that have to pick up 3 points here. They need to be at least within touching distance of the likes of Thailand, and kind of hoping that the teams above them start to falter as we head towards the pointy end of the group stage.
Yes, indeed. So now Jordan is making a new love story in this tournament. Could they make a surprising move? Could they be the team that sent shockwave across the tournament? So now it's Laos on the far right flank, being chased by Ruud Gullit. Easily pushed. What a tanky midfielder.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy indeed, using that physicality coming through. Gullit just a little rough on that occasion. And himself a little foul. The referee will be keeping a close eye on him for the rest of the game. He might be more inclined to pull out a card here. And it's Jordan and Laos. We're just approaching that 10-minute mark. And Jordan, what a start they had there if they almost found an early goal on the board. Back to the keeper. Smart header and a safe play in the end.
Yep, very confident indeed. Now again, Jordan, nice through ball, looking for Gullit. He is not the most pacey player, but he was at the right place at the right time. However, the pass velocity was a little bit too slow. But Jordan, here comes again in numbers. Ruud Gullit,
great pass.
Beautiful pass, good save, but the parry was not great. It bounces off to the player. No,
the flag's up.
It's offside.
The flag has gone up. The deflection off the keeper. We thought it was perfect positioning from the Jordan winger here, but
it was clear. It was clear.
The flag goes up and a clear offside in the end. Off the save, Jordan looking threatening. They just need to keep their heads here. They'll find another chance. They've had a couple of, well, I mean, we're only 13, 14 minutes into this game, and there's been 2 key chances there for Jordan.
Yep, that was Zico, I believe. But here comes again Jordan with a renewed spirit. They know that Team Laos is not invincible. They are moving forward. However, the pass was intercepted, but it rebound. Now here comes Gullit. Gullit with a fake shot stop. Good. And a cross a little bit too close. Cleared away, but we are not out of danger yet. Here comes a Jordan, but I take it. Have the advantage.
Oh, big slide tackle. Look at Jordan, so aggressive as well. They can find that composure and perhaps find Gullit. It's been intercepted. Laos just can't keep their hands on the ball for long enough here. Once again, they're just running straight at this Laos attack. Every time they get the ball, they're losing it instantaneously. Jordan looking for more attack. Is there space? Trying to work it through the middle. There's the pass. The back heel to Gullit. Another shot and another save by the Laos keeper.
Oh, that's 2 shot on target. Now it seems that Laos, the defensive line is a little bit startled. We can see cracks forming in the back line, but however, that is
on.
a good through ball.
Is it on goal?
Going for it. Is it going to be a goal? Well saved by the goalkeeper.
He had a chance to keep moving, but he just went for the fake shot, the ball roll, the back heel to open up the left-hand side. Could he have kept running in on goal and go for the near post perhaps? Both nations with chances here. This round 6 is off to an absolute cracking start.
It's fireworks. It's eFootball at its finest. So Jordan, 27 minutes gone. Moving forward, as you can see, that is an overlap. We have a chance to cross it in. A Travella pass. Well, it was easily read by the defender and cleared away instantly by Laos.
I love Jordan's aggression though, but they are getting exposed a little down the other end for that aggression. That just early little through ball coming through was a little opportunistic there from Laos and Jordan. Look to bounce, look to attack once more. Laos just struggling to keep their hands on the ball.
On the left side, tried to pull defenders away. Again, Hullet involving in almost every attack. Taking a shot.
There it is.
Header! What an attacking prowess! Deadly in front of the goal. The eye of a sniper, and Jordan takes the lead with a solid header. What a beautiful opening. The love story of the tournament. Jordan strikes first.
Jordan, a huge, I mean, just look at the space he found off the cross. They had a couple of chances earlier. They could have found the back of the net. They had an overturned goal through an offside. It's the close pass into the back post cross. A wide open header. Buffon can do nothing about this. The defense collapses, and Jordan's aggression off the rip this game pays dividends right here.
I am lost for words because literally the Jordanian charging forward, and that was 34 minutes. And where are we now? Oh, it's Lebanon going up against Thailand. As we can see, Thailand can make something special just under 10 minutes. Maybe we see a first goal now.
And into our featured match now that has finally got underway. Thailand, as we mentioned, they picked up a huge 3 points in that round 5, first round of day 2. Puts them on 7 at the moment. Lebanon, 37th ranked in the world. They're sitting 10 points, second spot, equal with Indonesia on top. They can get a win here. They can put themselves outright leader, depending on that Indonesian scoreline as well. We'll see if they can come out of the gate strong here, early days against Thailand.
As we are looking at the ball, it's been jumping left, right, and center. They need to calm down first. Try to ensure that the AI has already moved their players upfield. And that is a good pass, a shot. And it seems like every team that we see is taking long shots.
They're going for the long shots. They're figuring out the meta off that new update. And perhaps the long shots are the recipe. Doesn't find the back of the net here, but it's a beautiful pass from Hullet. And almost nice save there, Schmeichel to his left. And pretty happy with that one in the end. But that could have been the perfect start. They still get the corner here to Lebanon. See if they can whip this ball in. You can see they're looking for perhaps that far post. Keeper comes out early, controlled by the player, and just read exactly where that cross was coming in.
Yes, indeed. That is very brave by the goalkeeper. It's still 0-0 for Lebanon and also Thailand. As we can see, everybody is trying their level best. As mentioned, if you can't dribble, why not take a risk? High risk, high reward. And passing the ball back to the keeper. The restart over the top. And Thailand has possession with 1, 2, 3 players running forward into the D-box. Opening from the far flank on the right. Whip it in! Bicycle kick. Volley in midair. But no accuracy right there.
What a chance, though. They found the space. They switched it across to the far side, whipped it in. Almost found the top bins there as well. But still, both nations with cracking chances. We saw the long shot. We've now seen a little scissor kick coming through as well. Thailand, I like the way they're working the ball downfield. Winning these headers in the forward half, so crucial. 4 teams here in eFootball in that console version. There's a great pass forward. It's just been blocked and kind of jockeyed out by the centre back. Lebanon under a lot of stress right here.
Yes, indeed. So 25 minutes gone. We have 20 minutes left on the clock. For this game, it could be anyone's game. Both sides are attacking with good intention. Hello. But however, the first touch was a little bit too far for the striker's liking. And it seems at this very moment, it seems like Lebanon is feeling happy to allow Thailand to hold the possession.
They're getting a lot of space. They're winning every single challenge on that halfway line is Thailand. They found a great pass, and Hullet was on too, but probably didn't realise that he was going to win the ball so cleanly there, which is a little get-out-of-jail card for Lebanon. They throw the lob through ball down the line, straight down the centre of the pitch, should I say, and almost lands. But Thailand still winning a lot of the aerial challenges coming through, the aerial battles, and Lebanon, they're really not keeping their hands on the ball all that often. They're losing possession quite quickly.
I wonder why Hullet suddenly ran behind the defensive line. He could have been in an offside position, but short pass, maybe that was the master plan, clearing the ball forward with only 10 minutes left on the clock. Thailand is attacking over the top. The
Great
keeper
ball.
needs to be ready. The keeper needs to be ready, and a shot. That is good defending, sandwiching that striker, and make sure that he is out of balance.
Yeah, they just closed it down with both defenders, needed both as well. Great work rate. Do they find another through ball? It's end-to-end. Instead, they go for the winger. Keeper's up in time. It's great work rate and great speed to get out there. You can see the left winger challenging, pushing forward. This is absolutely end-to-end football at the moment.
Yeah. And I can say that the keeper, actually the players have good sense of awareness, because the keeper was on his line. He took it out at the edge of the penalty area to catch that ball. That is good space awareness by the goalkeeper. As we can see now, Lebanon playing it short. Short is a very steady pass. Quick passing. I don't think Ruud Hullet we're going to get this, because it's cleared away easy by Patrick Vieira. And are they going to chase for the second ball? Yes, they do get it, but referee decides to blow the whistle.
Yeah, referee's seen enough of that first half. 0-0 heading into the break. But certainly could have been a goal on either side. We saw some cracking chances over here in the Malaysia-Japan match. Malaysia 1-0 up, and we've only got 14 minutes left of regulation time. This could be a huge 3 points for Malaysia. They drop top spot off that first round of day 2. And they try and wrestle their way back to the tippity top right here. They're just going to delay. There's the cross coming into Hullet, who just found himself backwards. A very awkward spot. Malaysia looking for their second goal. Japan, they were rattled by Jordan in round 5. Are they going to lose 2 in a row, their first 2 of the final day of the group stage? That'd be the worst possible start for Japan.
Yep, that is not the way to start your day. So we are changing, hopping back into Lebanon and also Thailand, as we are seeing Lebanon taking it slow and steady. Now passing it maybe. Oh, that is a nice through ball, but however, the angle was not that correct, because the player was on the left side and the ball went to the right. And Thailand, good dribble, close quarter dribble. Moving forward, nice roulette, but is this build-up going to be perfect?
Roulette.
Double roulette! And it was a good save. That was a good build-up. That was smooth as like hot knife through butter on toast with kaya. But however, the finishing was denied by Schmeichel. That's good save.
I mean, what a play though. That would have been goal of the tournament if he found the bottom right-hand side of the net. Corner comes in, whips it across. It's the outswinger. Will still land in the laps of Thailand. They've had an early crack as well.
Offside?
And that will be offside, as the striker just a little lazy to get back to that one.
A little bit too heavy, I would say, because he just got up being tripped. And this is an exciting match, don't you think?
Absolutely. We're seeing fireworks, but either side making the back of the net in this second half. And that chances from Thailand, I'd say they've definitely had the better majority of them so far. And looking for that lob through ball has been the go-to for them. Can't find a way through, can't pierce the Lebanese defense just yet, but one more time and time again, Thailand keeping the ball, and Lebanon, a lot of pressure, but look at that, double teaming the man on. They win the ball back.
Yep, double team, tag team, just to ensure that the player would not run forward. As we can see currently, sending the ball central. Back to the left flank. And we already passed 60 minutes. Now it's time to calm down. Try to think before moving. Good 1-2 passes. Opening to the right. Maybe he goes solo. He does try for a long shot, but this time it was blocked by the defender.
And Thailand with a chance perhaps on the fast break. They're looking for the pass down line. I'm not sure if that was the intended player to hit the ball to, but they still want to keep it. Lebanon's a bit scrappy from them. The men in red with the ball. Gonna work it to that attacking line. Pass to number 9 too. Hullett doesn't find the mark, and Thailand defending well. It just feels like there's a lack of Lebanese numbers downfield, but sometimes you only need one. You only need Hullett or a beautiful pass to Lebanon, to the strike, to the goal. Is it in the back of the net? It is.
I'm speechless. He went through the defensive line like they were not even there.
He just slipped out the back. Hullett, a beautiful dime on the left peg, then finds the inside out, wrong foot, wrong step. The right foot to the left-hand side of the net. Look at this once again from Hullett. It's onside too. He just slipped through the two centre backs. And then with the outside of the right foot, a cracking finish from Lebanon.
And he was in between 3 defenders, mind you. 3 defenders able to take an outside foot shot, a trivela shot into the back of the net. That is absolutely French kiss right there. That was perfection on a plate.
It was a Lebanese kiss, that's what it was, Arbe. And it was beautiful. As we have a look at Laos coming through. Oh, goodness me, it's a beautiful shot. Look at the finesse. Bottom right-hand side. Look at the passing plays coming through. Jordan are just moving at the moment. This team, they've come into day 2 and they look like a different team. They've picked up 3 points. They've moved into 4th. They pick up another 3. They're pushing for top 2, are they?
So, as mentioned, maximum point is 9. And at this rate, wow, we have a goal today. Indonesia make
4-0.
it 4-0.
Well, there are your standings leaders, your number 1 nation at the moment, and they are 4-0 up. They will keep their top spot, and that is huge for goal difference as well. That could put them to as many as 10.
Yes,
with
indeed.
the goal difference.
Oh, that was a good long ball, and also with another outside foot pass, literally dashing in the 6-yard box, and it was a powerful header. That was header of full power accuracy. And it's going to be 4-0, but hold on. This is Lebanon going up to Thailand. However, it was a panic in the penalty area. Needs to clear the ball, and he does clear the ball out of danger. Counter-attack as fast as possible. Charging forward, but only to find the opponent in blue.
I think that was nearly time. Oh, hang on a minute. They've slipped through again. Slipped through the keeper. There's the goal. There's the equaliser. Thailand tie it up.
Goal scorer for Thailand.
What a finish!
75 minutes
Smooth, cool, and absolutely no problem at all. The defenders was caught napping. This is where it went all wrong. A clearance upfield, only to find a man in blue suits. And 1, 2 defenders. What were you looking at?
Was that Chiellini who just ran forward here? They just went, wrong step. Chiellini, where's he going? And you can see a beautiful shot to the far post on the left foot. Thailand, it was against the run of play as well, against all the momentum that Lebanon have brought into day 2 of the group stage, the final day. A huge tying goal. They need to pick up some points, Thailand. They're right on the cusp. They're currently sitting in 6th spot. They want to hang on to a spot in the knockouts. As Indonesia over here, it is one-way traffic. Syria just on a different planet at the moment. Indonesia looking fantastic.
Well, that marks the end. The match between Indonesia and Syria, it goes with a 4-0. However, Thailand able to be on the offensive, getting one goal back. As we can see, Lebanon is still going forward. They are not going to give up. However, with that type of pass, I'm not so sure if that's the master plan. As we flick on to the left flank, stop ball first, try to find an opening, looking for a cross. There is 3 red shirts holding the line, and eventually the ball does clear away, and it is a chance with 9 minutes. Jordan going forward, looking over the top. Can he get the ball first? No, he cannot. But however, almost every midfield in that red shirt is pressing forward. They want to find a goal. They need a goal. And suddenly, out of nowhere, the player was a bit not moving.
Yeah, and we know how quickly, though, Lebanon can score. Thailand able to tie it up. Even before Lebanon scored that first goal, it was all Thailand, and then they just found that one opening. The beautiful chance. 4 minutes left, plus injury time. There's the interception there. Well played, Thailand. They've got no numbers downfield. It looks like they're going to try and hang on to this draw, hang on to that solitary point. Lebanon pushing, trying to break the deadlock, trying to get that second goal. There was nearly a chance. Chiellini that time with the clear. Chiellini to Chiellini on that occasion. Agreed, passing the ball to each other, which is great to see. Thailand maybe 2 minutes left of injury time. Abe, here we go.
No, I don't think they are going for a win. I think they are trying to play for a draw, because we see Team Lebanon is just completely clearing the ball upfield. But they better be careful not to be exposed in the rear. As you can see, headed the ball, but maybe this time around, try to cross it in, whip it in. But it was well read by the defender. It's Lebanon 1 and a Thailand 1. Credit is given when it's due. It seems like Lebanon looks a little bit dejected, but they gave a fair fight, they gave a strong fight, and able to steal a point, crucial for a point from Thailand.
Yeah, crucial point from Thailand. That was 6 coming in on 7 points, moves them up to 8, and moves them equal with Japan on points as well, on 8 points. So fortunately for Japan, the likes of Laos did lose 3-0 to Jordan. So the team that is trying to get into that top 6 is just slipping further and further away, is now 4 points away from that top 6 safety net of making the knockouts. But a crazy round of results. Obviously, Indonesia just smacked Syria 4-0, flexing their muscles, sitting well and truly at the top. A big win for Malaysia, though, over Japan. That was a match we were looking at quite closely, as 2 teams incredibly close together in the standings, but they will move up to second. Jordan, a nice win as well, and we're starting to see that top 4 just push away. But surprisingly enough, a team like Japan, a nation like Japan, are not one of those teams in the top 4 race at the moment.
Agreed. So we are waiting for the official result that will be shown right after this. The highlight where we can see both teams played well. None of them did not play well, minus a few mistakes here and there. But that was a roulette, double roulette, a long shot. It was well blocked by the goalkeeper. And waiting to see the last moment, the last goal where Team Thailand was able to break through. And this is the first goal, actually, from Lebanon. They literally walk inside the defense like there was nothing there. And this should have been, oh, what a goal indeed.
Yeah, what a goal. As you can see, he's happy with proceedings. Puts up a number 4, and taking a look at the highlights. Thailand 1-1, happy to share the points there. Lebanon looked like they were going to be able to steal the entirety of the match, the 3 points. Looking at the results right here of round 6, our second last round, our penultimate round here, and Lebanon 1-1 over Thailand. We just saw 4-0 Indonesia beating Syria. Jordan 3-0, a huge win as well over Laos, and then Malaysian 1-0 win over Japan. Just puts Japan in a little bit of a nervy spot, as they do fall down all the way to 6th place, should I say, on standing.
Yes, indeed. So, having said so, it means that right after this, it's going to be the last the last group stages, where the final 3 points is left up for grabs. And the match that going to be shown, I believe, is going to be to determine whether Japan, looking at points, if my calculation is correct, maybe Japan is safe.
They're going to be safe just because
Maybe,
they are 4 points ahead of Laos there, and it does look like it will mean that Laos and Syria will go home no matter what happens in this final round. But still, what we're playing for here is
Pride of the nation.
it's pride for those bottom two teams, but a top 2 spot for the other teams that are sitting in that top 6 as well, because we've got the likes of Jordan and Lebanon sitting on 11 points in 3rd and 4th. They're only 1 point outside that top 2. You want to be top 2. Obviously, we've been focusing on that top 6 just being safe, but once you're in there, top 2 is so important, because if you jump into that top 2 spot, you make your way straight through to the semi-finals. You get that bye, you get that all-important bye as well, and it is incredibly close as you're looking at right there with that look in your face, Abe.
I'm like top 4, which is Indonesia, Malaysia, Lebanon, Jordan, are only separated by 1 point.
Yeah.
So literally whoever gets a win, it's either, let's just say if Indonesia, again, this is calculation, pre-calculation. The full result will be posted on FIFA.gg. This is based on me looking at the table from FIFA.gg. Indonesia and Thailand, if Indonesia win, it will be on 16 points. If Malaysia win against Laos, will be jumping, leapfrogging Indonesia. But if Lebanon and Jordan somehow come up with a miracle game, the top 2 is not safe.
Yeah, well, unfortunately enough for these top 4 teams that they are all not playing each other.
Yeah.
So they've just got a chance to win in their own right as well. But here is the schedule for the final round of the group stage here at the FIFAe Continental Championships 2026, presented by AFC, featuring eFootball console. And we have Japan versus Lebanon, Laos taking on Malaysia, Syria, Jordan, Thailand, Indonesia. Immediately looking at that, I'm seeing a team like Jordan sitting 4th in the standings at the moment. They've got Syria, who have yet to pick up a point. If they get a big win here, that could put them into the top 2. We're going to remember as well, the goal difference will, of course, be important coming into that final round. But all 4 nations that are in the top 4, not playing each other. We've got kind of the top 4 versus the bottom 4 at the moment. But all about getting the 3 points, getting the chocolates in the final round.
Yes, indeed. And I think from looking at the schedule, looking at the standings, every game for those top 4 is a must win.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To get in that top 2. Being secured and safe in the top 6 is done and dusted, according to my calculation, which is taken from FIFA.gg. But it's the uncertainty, the unknown of that top 2 is really, really aching in my heart.
Yeah, it's tough to predict who's going to land there. I mean, obviously, you've got to favourite the likes of Indonesia, currently sitting in top spot on that 13 points. And giving credit to a plus 10 goal difference as well. Crazily enough, the likes of Malaysia, who's currently 2nd on 12 points, a -1 goal difference. So we'll take a look at the players coming through for this final round and just see if the nerves are up there, Abe. But can you believe that? Malaysia is 2nd, but have a -1 goal difference. That 4-0 loss, I believe, was to Indonesia yesterday, would definitely be hurting them.
Yeah, of course, because they won against Thailand 4, only to get back by Indonesia another 4 goal. So that just literally cancelled out the 4-goal advantage that they had in the first day.
Chaos, absolute chaos we've seen here. The Continental Championships, and what a start we do have. 5 Continental Championships right across the globe, and fantastic right here. Do have one last round of the group stage. Round 7, last round of the round robin. And our final matchups. These teams have not played each other yet.
The last hurrah.
The last hurrah. We've already, unfortunately, well, we haven't sent them home just yet. They will be playing here, Laos and Syria, but they are out of contention. They've got a chance to create an upset.
Yep.
And I'm looking at the likes of Syria, who are currently 0-6. Have not picked up a draw, have not picked up a point yet. To at least try and get a point on the board. That should be their goal. Unfortunately for them, Jordan are in hot form today. They're nearly the form team of day 2 here, Abe.
The hero of day 2, winning 6 out of 9.
They're looking great.
Oh, they are doing great. But again, every matches that is going to be concurrently playing right now is going to be the decider for that top 2. Right now, everybody wants that top 2 spot. They want to be safe. They know that they do not want to go into the quarterfinal and fighting extra matches and hoping just to get a secure green, how do I say this? A straight road into the grand final.
And then the teams below that, you're playing for seeding. You're playing for the best possible seed, the best possible matchup coming into the quarterfinals, coming into the knockout stage tomorrow. So still important for the likes of Thailand and Japan, who are outside the running right here for a top 2 spot, but they could still push up into 3rd or 4th here, which would be huge. Get that favourable matchup, play a lesser team perhaps in the quarterfinals and make your way through further along in the knockouts. But players are gearing up. Final round upon us of the group stage. It's been a fantastic group stage as well. We've had a lot of fun, and we've seen the likes of, as we said, Lebanon, Jordan as well. Lebanon 37th in the world, we have to remind people, and they have a chance at top 2 here at the Continental Championships, which would be an incredibly impressive result in the group stage.
Yes, indeed. As you and me, we started from yesterday. Now we are in the final round robin for the console. The story, the journey of each and every single team is worth writing a letter home. They fought as well as possible. The upsets, the ups, the downs, the side roll, the ball roll and roulette on the field. It's just top-notch skill and determination by all of these teams. And whoever does go out, I mean, we already know, but waiting for the official confirmation. I mean, they gave it their all.
Absolutely. And then, as you said, this is a chance for them to showcase their talent, showcase their flair, and make sure that they go out with a bang here in round 7 if they are to be eliminated, which we can only assume based on their points at the moment. But here we go, Arbe. Let's do it. What match we got?
Let's do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching live, this is FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC, the last match of the group. It's going to be Syria going up against Jordan. While all the other teams are running concurrently, we need to wait until the final whistle to know who will be advancing into the semi-final round of eFootball console category.
Can Jordan push into the top 2? Can Syria get their first points, their last chance to get any points here at the FIFAe Continental Championships? A lot to play for still for both nations. Jordan, the informed team, as you said, they picked up the maximum possible points today with 6, taking down Japan in that round 5. We saw early on a 1-0 win, then a 3-0 victory over Laos in the previous round. Now they get a chance against Syria.
Imagine if they got 9 out of 9.
They could go 9 of 9 today. They could go 9 of 9, push themselves into top 2, which would be outstanding form coming into the knockouts as well, as the players gear up, and we are go.
So, ladies and gentlemen, wearing full white is going to be Team Jordan, while Syria will be attacking from left to right, and instantaneously it's going to be a very, very hot contested battle because, as mentioned, Jordan wants a win to get the 9 points and also to challenge the top 2 spot as they are going for glory in this game. So Syria on the left flank, playing it slow and steady, try to pull defenders away. Maybe a high pressure being used by Jordan right now. Is it a good strategy? We will soon find out. At the edge of the penalty area, drag back, pull back, cut back. That is absolutely stunning, but that tackle could have been dangerous because if it did not connect, it might be a penalty.
That's lovely. Lovely there from Syria. Great start with the corner. Let's see if they can whip it in to the box. Back post, it's a little deep for their liking, so they go for their head to get the ball back in the box. Cleared by Jordan, who, albeit having all the momentum coming into this game, it has been Syria with the early chances. If they can whip it in here, it's nice patience. Can they find the pass? It's a back pass. Plenty of Jordan numbers there, and they do clear the line.
Yes, over the top, lofted pass Beautiful one-touch football. Ruud Gullit tried to dribble past.
Oh, he's
this
away.
is a chance. Possibly.
He's
It's through. It's a golazo! Beautiful build-up. Breaking this half space. The two centre-backs was lost in transition. Where were they? God knows. But it was the cool as a cucumber pass to the right flank. Easy tap in. 1-0.
You could see Gullit just screaming for the ball. He found his way on that right side, and as you said, it was the patience to find the extra pass. Beautiful in the end. Keeper can do nothing, and he's despondent with his back four, who have just completely left the two strikers wide open. It's a great finish, an open opportunity, and a great counter-attack there. Jordan, after defending heavily for the first few minutes there, just go bang.
Imagine that layoff to the right. Suddenly the defender was able to catch up.
Closes
to
it. Yep.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be passing it again. If that was saved, you absolutely wouldn't be passing it again. But that's a teamwork on display, 2v2 format. It's beautiful to watch. You see these extra passes that are just sometimes not even available in the 1v1 format because you can't control that second player and get them in a really handy position. But 1-0 early, great start from Jordan. They're trying to push into that top two. They want to make their way straight through to the semi-finals of the knockout stage. And 14 minutes, they might be able to get a second there. You can see how dangerous Gullit's looking. The coach is happy as well. His boys are in form.
Yep, the boys are in form. They are in focus. It took, it's going to be a corner. It's going to be near post, flick it in. Look, it's central, lays it off for a double header. Two-time layoff. Usually it's just one, but this time it works.
They're flying. They're absolutely flying here, Jordan. Second goal on the board. It's only been 15 minutes of in-game time. Jordan, you do not want to be playing this nation in the knockout stage if they keep this momentum up, Arbe. They are looking fantastic.
That second layoff sets up good for Cristiano Ronaldo. The keeper was beaten, and look at it, Cristiano Ronaldo, and that was a very, very beautiful header. It was a late response by Schmeichel, and it's goal number 2.
Yeah, you can see how disappointed Syria are with that start. They, as we mentioned, perhaps their last chance at grabbing points, and it's quickly slipping out of their grasp here, Arbe.
Oh, that was a mistake, opening at the half space. Now another one is not offside, sends it central, lays it off. Good save by the goalkeeper. A little bit of a lapse of concentration. Almost gifting goal number 3 to Lebanon. Jordan, sorry, but they are still going forward. They are still hungry. They want the goal number 3 to seal the deal in this first half.
That was nearly the best play yet. It was perfection, albeit the finish not quite there. The keeper up to the task on that occasion, and Syria haven't found much of an attack. Is this a chance? Can they find the extra touch? There's just so many numbers. The men in white just everywhere at the moment. Can they find space? Perhaps down that left-hand side, you can see the drag back. It's a lob through ball. Is he onside? That's the question. He beats the last man. He looks for the shot. Defense just gets back. They're still very happy with it. Know how close that was for a third.
But the question is, why did he drag back when he had a chance? He was already open. See, he did a vertical heel to heel, and it was Neymar. No wonder.
Of course.
The skiller master.
Why not one more skill move?
Yes, indeed. So it's 23 minutes. It's going to be possibly maybe another chance. Outswinger looking for a layoff, but this time around the ball is cleared away. But still, there is danger because Jordan has the possession of the ball. Looking, there are 2 players center. That is a nice turn, holding possession, pulling defenders away, over the top. Ruud Gullit, but well headed straight to the goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper's ready. 26 minutes gone, 2-0. Perfect start for Jordan. Syria, what do you have for us? Show us a bit of magic in your final 63 minutes here at the Continental Championships. Plus a little bit of injury time perhaps. Syria with space, looking for a pass, looking for a 1-2. You can see how well it's covered. Both players, both defenders from Jordan able to get back in time, and they're just a little bit slow to move the ball around, Arbe. You were just begging for that extra pass down the bottom just to open it up a little bit.
Yes,
is this a chance?
Oh, good save by the goalkeeper. That was a chance gone begging. That was out of the blue moon.
Surely a goal there. He was one-on-one with the keeper. He had left or right to choose from. It looked like he shot straight down the middle. Syria had a chance to get there first and really open this game back up. Can they create another chance as we're heading towards the end of that first half? Syria with the pass over the top, has found a little bit of space. There are men in the box as well, but it's just a poor first touch there. They've lost the ball once again. Have won it back just as quickly though. No, Jordan right there.
Yep, Jordan is right there, but the battle in midfield is so clear and evident because it is the place where you transition from defending going into the final third, and Jordan is trying their level best. Even though they already have 2 goals, they want more. But that was a good defending, cutting the run to make sure that the momentum is not there. Hello. Hola.
He's found himself
Hello.
onside.
He's onside. Where's going to be an offside from that position? But it was cleared away out of danger. Needs to focus. I know Syria wants to make a statement. I know they want to make a statement that they are not some pushovers. They want to win at least one. But over the top, going slow and steady, but good defending. That was good space awareness.
Yeah, they're finding more and more space though, Jordan. Syria struggling to keep their hands on the ball for any more than a few seconds at this stage, as that's a bit of a hefty challenge. Free kick earned for Jordan. They go quick. They try and play the ball quick. Got to be careful here. Syria playing back to the keeper once again. He's just going to go for safety, but handed the ball straight back to Jordan. Can they find one more goal? There's a chance. Oh, it was 1v2. It's the interception. Jordan with the shot, with the goal. 3-0.
Is there more to add, or we are just stunned, speechless with that over-the-head lob?
Absolutely stumped, but he is offside. The flag's gone up. It's gone up. You can see them not quite celebrating there. Thought perhaps they knew what we didn't. As the deflection, it was Chaos Syria, though, with a chance perhaps at the end of the half. They've got to go right here, or the referee will be obliged to blow his whistle, which he does. Half-time, 2-0. To Jordan, the favourites coming in. Syria with a lot of work to do. They've got 1 half of football remaining for their pride, just for a little bit of respect as well, and to go home with perhaps more of a smile on their face than they did coming into this round, but it's going to be a big half for them. Thailand, Indonesia. Thailand are 1-0 up over the team that's sitting on top of the ladder. This could be a huge upset in the standings here, Abe.
Yep, a huge upset. But however, now Laos taking advantage. 1-0. Malaysia needs to find something special. It's packed at the edge of that penalty area. There is no way you can shoot past 3 red shirt players literally blocking you like the Great Wall of China. That is not going to work. But however, Laos over the top, tried to find an opening. That is almost a mistake. But luckily, Malaysia has it under control.
Yeah, talk about earning a bit of respect in your final match. This is exactly what Laos are doing right now. Is Malaysia, who were coming in as a team fighting for that top 2 spot, they might lose it. It might slip between their fingertips here. As into the second half of our featured match underway. Syria, what do you have for us? That's the question. They've got space off the rip. It's a nice interception, but well, the referee's not happy with that one. Looked clean on our end.
Yeah.
Second watch, we're not going to be able to have a look, but it will be a free kick in a nice little position here for Syria. They've got to play quick too. Actually go for the early shot. Keeper wasn't ready. Luckily, the shot was wide.
Well, we weren't ready expecting a shot directly to the near post, but if it was a slightly to the right, I think it would hit the near post indeed. I'm losing my mind because of the match of high order. And again, Syria over the top, being chased by the defender. This time around, Syria will try to stop the ball first. However, the defender was there to pick up the loose ball. Cleared to Ruth Hullet. Send it central. Now this is special. Hola, hello, stop ball, dragged it back, over the top, and a shot, well saved. Good parry by the goalkeeper. But sadly, there's no white shirts at that area of parry.
Unlucky they didn't have another man on that right-hand side, but still they win the ball back here, Jordan. It's a nice pass in as well. Can they find the cross? Can they find the pass back? But Syria, all men in green in the box. But they just can't keep a hang of the ball. They're trying to clear it, but it's all men in white. Right here, Jordan. There's a little battle for possession as well. Won by Syria, and they're away. But look at the slide tackle. Look at the aggressive challenges. Even though They're 2-0 up, RB. They're still as aggressive as if they were a goal down.
Yes, indeed. Now the aerial battle between these two teams. Now try to cross it in. Nope, no trouble at all. As we see team Jordan now attacking, moving on the right flank, but that sliding tackle was good, but not good enough to clear the ball out of danger. It seems like we are wearing a jersey for a reason, because you want to pass to the man wearing the same color jersey. As we are transitioning again from that midfield area, Ruud Gullit is asking for the ball. Ruud Gullit is being sandwiched by two players. Is there going to be a cross? Drag back first. Now a short pass. Gullit found it, and it's not a chance, and it's going to be goal number 3. Goal number 3. Wahid Isnani Salasa. 1, 2, 3 goals. What a moment of brilliance.
And it's another defensive collapse for Syria, but Jordan, their aggression. You can see they just charge at the defense. The pass comes through. They find Gullit. He loses the ball, but it's won back through an off touch by the defender. Jordan, we thought they found their third earlier. It was ruled offside. They win it here as Gullit just muscled his way through, opened it up for his teammate to find the bottom right-hand corner. And what can you do?
I'm actually in tears because of the sheer determination of these Jordanian players. I mean, they literally do not want to stop attacking.
Relentless. Absolutely relentless.
And it's 2-1. Malaysia does get back by Johan Cruyff. Only one goal deficit with 69 minutes gone. How did the goal happen? Flick it on. And maybe a long drive. Good header. And Johan Cruyff, the guy has that agility to run in between defenders, and good awareness, and that first touch finish is absolutely top draw.
One of the best finishes we've ever seen in football, but I wonder how Laos scored the second goal as well. The last time we tuned in, it was 1-0, so they still have a little bit of work to do there, Malaysia. 2-1 for Laos, which would be a huge upset, and they'd be able to go home with their heads held high. Jordan, 3-0 in our featured match. Final round of the group stage. Can they make it 4? There's members everywhere, and it's struck in! 4-0. Jordan, way too good.
I have no words. I'm out of words. I need to be a dictionary, because that is absolutely superb performance. They literally went for it, even though the ball just could have left it out. And the tackle, I would say that there is a bit of a bad luck between the two Syrian defenders, because they ran into each other. As a result of that, the ball rolled perfectly for a setup to shoot. And yes.
Similar to the third goal as well. It's just the defenders getting all tangled up next to each other there. And that pretty much has summed up Syria's tournament here at the Continental Championships. It just hasn't quite, the ball hasn't rolled their way, and they've just not been able to get going at any stage of any round here in the group stage. And 4-0, still a lot of time left. Just could be huge for the goal difference here, Jordan, fighting for that top 2 spot. 4-0 result would put them already +8 on goal difference. If Malaysia drop as well, there's a chance for Jordan to take a top 2 position and move straight into the semi-finals.
Wow, so everything, there's a foul. Referee tried to give an advantage, but again, it's all down to the last kick of the last game. We do not know until we see the full results of every single game to see how is the standing. But here comes again, 1-2 pass, opening to the right, but that is good interception, a good shoulder budge to dispossess the ball, and maybe a consolation, maybe one goal from this attack. Playing it slow and steady, turning and turning and turning, opening to the other far side of the flank. However, the defender was ever so vigilant and clearing the ball away, only to find a Syrian player try to force the motion through. That is not the master plan.
Inside the final 15 minutes here, final round of the group stage. It's a lovely little roulette coming through. Jordan trying to work their way through to that last man once again, looking for their 5th goal. Syria yet to trouble the scorer. A clean sheet for Jordan, and 4 to their name. That's a beautiful little step over and across. Oh, it's intercepted there. Jordan really showcasing all of the skill moves on display, Abe.
Yes, indeed. They already have a 4-goal advantage. They have the buffer to flex a bit in their personal skill. But however, 8 minutes left on the clock. They are still gunning for goal number 5. Stop ball. Wasn't able to do it on time. Crossing it all over forward and possibly looking for that flick on, which did not come. To the right, there are 2 players running. Through ball central, maybe a consolation goal. Good dribble, a chance for Syria. However, 1 pass too many. Is this going to be the chance for Syria to get at least 1 goal? With 4 minutes of time left, we're still seeing close quarter dribble being shown by the Syrian international over the keeper. A header, but however, it's a little bit too high.
Could have been it. I loved the composure from Syria. They hung on to the ball. They beat the man out on the wing. But all of a sudden, Jordan are on the attack again, looking for number 5 in the box. Whip back post, shot across, header goes wide. Might have come off the defender as well. Syria had a chance down the other end, but look how quickly Jordan turned defense into attack. Goal kick for Syria.
Yes, indeed, goal kick. And will there be a consolation goal? Nope, it's going to be holding possession for Team Jordan this time around. Looking for option. As we can see, the transition is smooth. Going forward, this could be it. Is this goal number 5? Yes, it is! Goal number 5 seals the deal, closing the chapter for tonight's match between these 2 nations.
What a day for Jordan. They came out of the gates swinging in round 5. They beat Japan. They 3-0 Laos. They just kept getting better and better, and now 5-0 against Syria. We thought perhaps there wasn't enough time to get a 5th, and they said, watch this. Beautiful play. The connection has been there since the very start of today, and that could just about put them into the top 2. These standings oh so close when we have a look at the results in a moment, but you can see it right there. The referee has seen enough. Jordan, what a result for them.
What a result, and what a header by the Portuguese international Cristiano Super Ronaldo. And a good sportsmanship between these 2 teams, shaking hands and acknowledging that the game was absolutely one to remember. Good celebration, and what a match indeed. And the crossover, this is from Team Malaysia. We will be looking into the full results very, very shortly, but the suspense is now. With that win by Team Jordan, would it mean, I'm going to wait until the official result come up, is there going to be a change in the top 2 teams?
I think we might see one. I think we might see the most informed team in the tournament straight through to that semi-finals, but we'll have to wait to see the results. Looking at the highlights of our featured match, right off the rip, 12 minutes in, it was just that beautiful extra pass. Hullet was screaming for the ball on the right side. They used that connection that we've seen all day long from Jordan. They go 9-0, take away the maximum possible points. 9 points, should I say, through 3-0. 9 points. Would that be enough to get their way through? 3rd goal, another beautiful crossing. That extra pass, it wasn't the goal in the end, but it was a beautiful play. Once again, displaying the synergy, the connection that they did have. There's a little drag back. Could have gone the shot there, but perhaps it didn't matter in the end. You can see he was frustrated and perhaps made the wrong decision, but quickly able to find one more. Perhaps a chance there. Syria's best attack of the game does go wide. A free kick as well that surprised us, surprised perhaps Buffon in net. Then the shots kept on firing on net against Syria. And eventually, through a couple little defender mistakes like this, they found their 3rd. They find their 4th as well in their next goal. Similar situation right here as Syria's defense just looked a little sloppy with these kind of plays where they get all kinds of tangled up, and the finishing from Jordan. The confidence those strikers must have finding the back of the net time after time. And there's that 5th goal as well, Arbe, ripping it in 93 minutes into that match. What a finish to the group stage for Jordan.
Yes, indeed. And having said, here is the match result. Japan drew with Lebanon 1-1. Malaysia lost to Laos 2-1. Jordan demolished Syria with a 5-goal. I think that's the highest
biggest.
in the tournament. And Thailand was able to draw 1-1 with Indonesia. Right now, we are waiting for the official standings, where we know that every information is taken from FIFA.gg. It's suspense in the air, knowing who will be advancing in the top 2. We know who is the top 6, that's for sure. But it's the top 2 who is advancing into the semi-final straight away. We are waiting for the official, standing.
Absolutely. We wanted our bottom 2 teams, Laos and Syria, to go with a heads held high. Obviously, Syria will be disappointed with that final round, but Laos getting a win over Malaysia, obviously it means they'll still be going home. They weren't in the standings, or in the running, should I say, coming into that final round. But that's what you want. Yeah. It's about to go out and say, you know what, we took it to one of the best nations we have in eFootball.
And we won.
And he can learn a lot coming into next year as well. So credit to them. But unfortunately, they will be going home along with Syria. But top 6, we mentioned a company that was very exciting, trying to find out who are going to be our top 2 teams to get that extra chance, or should I say, push their way straight through to that semi-final of the knockout stage. The question is, have Jordan done enough?
Yes, indeed. So, what we got information. Okay, in the count of 3, we will show you the standing, and the team to watch is the top 2. For those who are watching at FIFA.gg together with me, in 3, 2, 1, take it away, and...
Oh, Jordan have done enough. 14 points. They nearly took top spot as well. Goal difference, they ended up just being minus 1 less than Indonesia, who had a +10, a +9 goal difference for Jordan with those 5 goals, but 14 points. They came into today on 5 points, Arbe. They pick up 9 in the last 3 rounds and finish top 2. We've got a team of Jordan who are 14th in the world coming in, and they finished top 2. Indonesia, 3rd in the world. We expected them to be right up there. Credit to them winning or earning that top spot. But we saw a few nations slip down as well. I'm looking at Japan down in 6th, who were 3rd coming into today.
Yes, indeed. So after that 5-goal again,
and rounding out as well, we had Lebanon obviously in 3rd spot, Malaysia in 4th, Thailand 5th, Japan in 6th, and as we said, coming into that final round, unfortunately Laos and Syria weren't able to be in the running, even if they did pick up a win, which Laos did do against Malaysia. And unfortunately for Malaysia, they did have a chance to push their way into that top spot, into one of the top 2 spots. Laos did fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic
finish. Absolutely.
So having said the above, first and foremost, we would like to say congratulations to the top 6 teams that will be advancing into the knockout stages. First place is Indonesia, 2nd place is Jordan, 3rd place is Lebanon, 4th place is Malaysia, 5th place is Thailand, and completing the top 6 is Japan. For Laos and Syria, it's hard luck. You are out of the tournament, but that does not mean that you didn't give it all. You gave everything on the line, and we bid thank you so much for Laos and Syria.
Incredible result, incredible group stage we've had to kick off the Continental Championships. 2 days of action-packed eFootball console action. And once again, credit to our top 6 teams. Unfortunately, Laos and Syria going home, but Indonesia, Jordan, the team to watch heading into the knockout stage. I'm incredibly excited for the knockout stage as well, to find out which nations will be heading to the FIFAe finals. But we've got some informed teams. We've got some teams that perhaps slipped a little bit, looking at the likes of Japan, had a strong day 1. They weren't as hot. They came into today the only team that hadn't lost.
Yes, indeed.
And then quite quickly picked up their first loss there against Jordan, who just kept on rolling. I believe Jordan scored 9 goals today. 1-0, 3-0, 5. I don't think they conceded a goal actually throughout the whole day. So that just goes to show how dominant Jordan were today and how just day to day can be completely different in eFootball. That's the nature of live sports and live esports, live professional events such as this and the pressure on the teams. It's going to be exciting to see that knockout stage. Who's going to be able to step up when it counts? Because
Yes.
that's what matters the most.
That's what matters the most. So having said the above, I enjoyed sharing the table with you, CJ, for the past 2 days at our tournament, which is FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC. We're featuring eFootball console, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. I mean, the matches was absolutely top draw. But before we go, any last word before we pass the session to our stage host?
I mean, the group stage has been a ton of fun for 2 days, but I tell you what, I'm ready for the knockouts. I'm ready. Let's send some more teams home and let's find out which nation comes out on top. That's what it's all about. So we got the console and the mobile action. I mean, there's no days off for us. We're going to keep on rolling through. Can't wait for that. And make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for even more fun.
Yes, indeed. On my behalf, I would like to say thank you to all who had tuned in at FIFA.gg from the earlier days, which is yesterday until now. Now it's done for the group stages. Now it's the real deal for the knockout stages. So this is your big man, this Cypher, and also CJ would like to sign off. But before that, before we go into our host,
give me a prediction just based on our top 6. Who do you? I know obviously without saying Jordan because they're the informed team. Is there another team another nation you're really looking at coming into the knockout stages? For perhaps people that haven't watched the whole event, is there a team that they should be keeping an eye on moving into the knockouts? Which nation
for
do you
me,
like?
the top 3 team that you need to watch out, without a doubt, is Indonesia. I mean, they have been very, very strong. And then the second team that I would like to see come back from being not a good day in the office, which is Japan.
Yeah.
And then without saying the obvious, Malaysia as the home base to go forward. But I would like to see how far can the underdog, which is Jordan, play in this tournament. That's my top 3.
You can see the teams behind me right there just going a little crazy. Love it, just seeing that. Not only is it about the players, is it about the coaches, but you see the staff as well and everyone involved in sending these nations to the Continental Championships. It's awesome to see the support from each respective nation and their football federation as well, their football association. My top 3 coming in, probably similar to you. I know we said we can't mention Jordan, but we have to put them in there. I'm with you on Japan. I think currently sitting 6th, and I know they were disappointing last year in the FIFAe finals, obviously. Being, the game coming from Japan as well with Konami. I'd like to see them on top. They sometimes have succumbed to the pressure of the tournament, but I know that their best is incredible, so I'd like to see Japan bounce back. And I just think it's a ton of fun with everyone here, being in Kuala Lumpur, being in Malaysia. If we can see Malaysia move their way through to the knockout stages. So I want to see Malaysia right there because I know we have a lot of people here live watching that are from the home nation that would like to see them go pretty far into it. But I believe we might have an interview ready.
Yeah, I believe that if the interview is ready. So again, from the commentary table, my name is Hafiz Abedi Cypher and also CJ would like to take our leave. Anything from us, we would like to apologize for any mistake from this caster table. And I think our shift is done. Shall we throw it back to our host?
Let's do it.
So Tasha and also Muaz, the table is yours.
The FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by AFC featuring eFootball Console Day 2 just wraps up with Indonesia in the lead for the current standings. And now I'm here with the Timnas of Indonesia. Jadi pertama sekali Tanya diucapkan congratulations. Now, you came in with being ranked number 3 in the world for the eFootball console. And now that you're on top of the scoreboard, do you think that you have this big expectation untuk kamu terus kekal berada di atas? Anyone?
Mau coba?
Siapa-siapa?
Ya bisa. Jadi Indonesia kan sebelum ni ranking kamu berada di tempat ketiga
Di
Jadi
dunia.
di dunia. Jadi sekarang ni kalau kita sudah lihat udah tempat pertama. Jadi gimana? Mau tahu perasaannya nih?
Belum puas sih. Kalau sudah
Belum puas.
top 1 ranking baru puas.
Jadi misalnya dengan kita kata ya karena kamu nombor 3 di dunia dan sekarang kamu nombor 1 di standing. Jadi kamu rasa ada satu beban ke di bahu kamu untuk terus kekal berada di atas sehingga ke final?
Kalau untuk beban sih nggak ada. Kita cuman ini kan babak grup kan yang 2 hari dari kemarin ini baru babak grup. Jadi kita fokus untuk match penentuan di babak knockout besok untuk bisa target kita lolos dulu ke FIFAe World Cup nanti.
Because you have to understand this, guys. Yeah, tomorrow will be the deciding moment right here for Indonesia. Are they still gonna be maintaining on top as number 1?
Correct.
Okay, or something is gonna happen tomorrow. Okay, give me one team for tomorrow. Any team that just gives you guys the hardest, moment right there for the FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by EFC.
Dari ke-77 ini
Dari semua tim yang ada di sini, yeah, we would like to know that one team that just gives you a hard time.
Menurutku lawan terberat di Continental ini ada Jepang sama Jordan lah yang menyusahkan kita karena kita mendapat draw sama kekalahan pertama sama lawan Jepang. Drawnya sama Jordan.
Jadi Japan and
Jordan.
Jordan. Wow, and Jordan was so good just now, leading up to the end.
We totally did not expect that coming from Jordan. Okay, soalan yang terakhir, final question. What is, how do we say this? What is the one thing that you will want to maintain from your overall gameplay to the final without telling us the strategy?
Yeah.
Jadi satu corak permainan yang kamu rasa kamu perlu untuk kekalkan untuk pastikan kamu kekal berada di teratas dan untuk juga memenangi the FIFAe Continental Championship 2026 by EFC for eFootball console.
Sebenarnya kita kan 2 orang ya, kita hanya saling ketika pertandingan kita hanya saling percaya, saling mengingatkan, kita fokus sama pertandingan kita sama lawan kita.
Ya. Terima kasih. Mungkin ada kata-kata terakhir sih untuk mungkin keluarga-keluarga di
yang sudah menonton.
Di perantauan yang lagi menonton.
Terima kasih semuanya yang sudah support, terutama keluarga di rumah. Doakan kita bisa membawa lolos dulu ke FIFAe World Cup tahun ini dan bisa membawa kembali piala ke Indonesia.
Oke. Mungkin
Alright.
mau kata-kata muda ya. Oke. So guys, that is it. Right here, one more time, let's give Team Indonesia a huge round of applause for getting at the top 1 ranking standing right here. So congratulations lagi sekali ya.
Thank you so much.
Ini cuma aku mau tanya, namanya SHNKS, namanya Shanks ya? Oh enggak, jadi lagi ngaku-ngaku One Piece ya? Oh iya betul lah.
Memang ngambil itu.
Ya, nakama ya. Oke. Jadi terima kasih lagi sekali, silakan ya. Sorry Syah, sorry. Jumpa,
Sorry lah.
met a fan.
Alright, I mean I get you, but regardless, okay, back to the game.
Yes, that's right.
Muaz, what a game.
It is.
What a game. Because like I mentioned to you earlier, it's not that the tables have turned, the turns have tabled.
That is actually really nice. And we had a really nice time inside the waiting room just now, watching all these matches. But of course, the one that we had, I guess, at the edge of our seat, we were watching, Jordan going up against Syria just now.
Yes.
And it was absolutely insane. Not just giving 3 points, but Jordan gave up to 5-0, and that was just incredible.
Because I've been seeing their performances from round 5 and round 6, and
Yeah.
their performance was just building up, going onwards,
And then they're number 2 and number 3 now. That is insane. So again, all the best to all teams. Obviously tomorrow, we still have the last one, where we have the knockout and of course the final. That'll be happening about 2 more days.
Yes.
Okay. So again, to everybody, again to all of you who is watching us from morning, or should I say from the evening, all the way up till right
whichever
now.
time zones that you're
That is right.
currently
If you guys watching us through YouTube or perhaps through Twitch, we would like to say thank you guys so much for watching and tuning with us. Again, please do come back tomorrow as we have more eFootball for all of you.
Yes. So if you happen to miss out on the highlights and the standings and the current statistics, don't forget to catch it on FIFA.gg. Once again, this has been day 2 of the FIFAe Continental Championships 2026 by AFC featuring eFootball Console.
All right, but anyway, guys, that's it from us. Thank you guys so much. You have a blessed night ahead. My name is Moaz.
And I am Shasha Madhu signing off. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.